Part 1. The Echoes of Frost's Embrace. The stars were never as cold as they appeared, not until you stood amid the icy tendrils of a planetary ring with an entire fleet frozen in its alabaster grip. I shuffled the deck under my feet, feeling every groan of the hull as the ship, the Artemis's whisper, creaked under the weight of a siege unseen. We were a dwindling dot within the vast embrace of the Hesperides Belt, a place where icebergs spun like ponderous dancers and time seemed suspended in crystalline slumber. The command deck was bathed in the low hum of freezing systems struggling against the encroaching chill. Captain Darmont perched in his usual spot, a hawk-eyed figure with a penchant for the dramatic. He flicked a switch, igniting the main screen with the holographic dance of celestial mechanics. Navigator Anders, his voice rumbled with its usual blend of authority and sardonic edge, plot us a course through hell, if you please. A chuckle escaped my lips, vaporizing instantly into a cloud of icy mist. I think we're already there, sir. I leaned over the console, fingers gliding over controls with a practiced ease. The map unfurled spirals, whorls, and the erratic heartbeats of enemy emotion trails. It was my odd gift, to see the pulse of intent, the wave of fear or anger left in the wake of a ship's passage. "What have you got, Anders?" Darmont's voice prodded, though I sensed the undercurrent of his impatience. "Nothing but ghost trails, sir. An empire collapsing leaves a lot of emotional wreckage." "Perfect, just what we need." But even as I said it, I noticed something, an anomaly, a trail that pulsated with a frequency I'd never seen. It flickered like a heartbeat, resonant and familiar, a siren call threading through the chaos. I logged it, tucking away the unease it spawned deep in my mind. We had other issues at hand, like surviving this blockade. Down in the mess hall, the crew gathered, a ragtag assembly of misfits and geniuses, my family, for lack of a better term. I slid into a seat next to Jules, our engineer, who was already engaged in a heated argument with Nia, our communications officer. "I'm telling you, if we reroute the auxiliary," Jules began, but I tuned out, my mind drifting back to that strange pulse. Our respite was brief. The klaxon wailed, tearing through our banter. The ship shuddered violently as ice shards ricocheted off the hull. An alert flashed across the wall, an enemy ship, a shadow on our periphery, slipping through the ice. "Nia, open a channel," I called, already on my feet. Her fingers flew over the console. No response, their silent running. A cold fist clenched around my heart. In these rings, silent running was the prelude to sabotage or worse. The Artemis's whisper was no warship, but we were adaptable. Captain Darmont barked orders from the bridge, directing us toward defensive positions. My heart pounded in my chest, fear and excitement mingling like old friends. The ship's lights flickered as Jules rerouted power to critical systems. The ship loomed closer, a sleek predator sliding through the void. Our scanners confirmed it, an Imperial frigate, lost and presumably derelict until now. "Permission to board, Captain," I suggested, though we both knew the answer. The only way to know their intent or stop them was up close and personal. Darmont nodded, grim determination etched into his features. "Take Jules with you. Nia, maintain comms." The boarding tube clamped onto the enemy vessel with a metallic clang, sealing with a hiss as the atmosphere equalized. Jules and I stepped across, phasers drawn, nothing could be left to chance. Inside, the frigate was a graveyard. Ice coated the walls and frost hung from the bulkheads like ghostly fingers reaching for warmth. We moved cautiously, breath fogging the air as we traced the anomalous pulse back to its source. Then we found them, a cluster of frozen crew members, eyes wide in their final moments. Yet, among them, the source of the signal, a beacon of alien origin, pulsing gently. Jules' eyes met mine, his brow furrowed in confusion. This doesn't belong here, Anders." I nodded, the creeping sensation that we were pawns in a larger game tightening around my spine. For amidst the cold, a revelation dawned. The Empire's end was no accident. An alien whisper, carried on the cold winds of space, was orchestrating a cosmic symphony, and we were caught in its first crescendo. Back aboard the Artemis's whisper, I reported our findings to Darmont. His face, usually a mask of stoic resolve, cracked with concern. Could this beacon be linked to the black hole expansion? He mused, his gaze lost in the middle distance. Possibly, or it could be something else entirely, I replied, feeling the weight of uncertainty settle over us. As we disengaged from the enemy ship, I couldn't shake the feeling that the core of our galaxy held secrets waiting to unravel us. The icy rings around us spun on, oblivious to the unfolding drama, while far beyond, the stars whispered in a language we were only beginning to understand. I knew one thing for certain. This was only the beginning, and whatever lay at the heart of the anomaly, it wouldn't remain in the shadows for long. Part 2. Beneath the Shroud of Stars. The days blended into each other, indistinctly marked by the relentless march of time aboard the Artemis's whisper. The ship's corridors had transformed into a world of hushed whispers and cautious glances, the shadow of that alien beacon haunting us like a spectral presence. I spent my nights staring into the cold void, the stars distant and indifferent to our plight. Captain Darmont called for a council, gathering us in the observation chamber, a space where the universe sprawled endlessly beyond the transparent walls. The crew assembled, each face etched with determination and the undercurrent of shared burdens. We were a unit, however ragged, bound by the precarious dance of survival. "That beacon," Darmont began, his voice a deep rumble cutting through the tension, "has implications beyond what we initially understood. I've just received a transmission from an old friend stationed at the Astral Citadel on Talos Prime. They're reporting similar signals and they're causing the black holes to expand," Nia finished, her tone laced with the kind of disbelief that bordered on awe. "That's it, isn't it?" Jules rubbed his jaw thoughtfully. "If these signals are accelerating stellar decay, then this is no longer just our problem. It's a galactic crisis." The weight of it settled over us, a collective exhale of realization. We weren't just navigating the remnants of an empire, we were on the front lines of a cosmic unraveling. "We need answers," Darmont stated, his gaze sweeping over us like a protective shield. "And we need them fast. Talos Prime is within reach, but it's not without its own perils." I leaned forward, intrigued. "What's the status of the Citadel?" "Last I heard, they were playing host to a very peculiar guest." Darmont's eyes twinkled with a hint of mischief. "A Xylaran scholar who claims to know about these beacons." The mention of Xylarans sent a ripple of surprise through the room. Beings of liquid light, their physiology a symphony of motion and color, they were rare travelers in our corner of the galaxy. Alien, unknowable, and yet, according to legend, holders of ancient lore. "We go to Talos Prime," Darmont declared, "and we return with answers." The Citadel awaited us, a sprawling complex orbiting Talos Prime like a sentinel of knowledge and history. As we approached, the star-dappled horizon gave way to the sheer, metallic expanse of the station. Its architecture was a blend of utilitarian human design and the organic elegance of Xylaran influence. We docked, the station's automated systems embracing our ship with a mechanical precision that was oddly comforting. The crew disembarked, stepping into the bustling heart of the Citadel. I marveled at the diversity: humans, Xylarans, and other species from the far reaches of the cosmos mingled in the corridors, exchanging ideas like a living tapestry of cultures. The Xylaran scholar was a sight to behold. Draped in a shroud of shimmering light, its form shifted and danced like a symphony of stars. It was clear why they were called beings of light, but its presence was more than visual. It was a sensation, a warmth that filled the room as we gathered in the Citadel's grand hall. "I am Lumina," it introduced, voice resonating in multiple tones. "And you seek knowledge of the beacons." "More than seek," I replied, stepping forward to meet its luminous gaze. "We need to understand them." Lumina's form shifted, colors swirling in patterns I couldn't hope to decipher. The beacons were placed by an ancient race long gone. They are keys meant to unlock the potential of stars themselves. Jules leaned in, fascinated. "And the black holes?" "A consequence of misuse," Lumina responded, its voice carrying the weight of eons. "They were never meant to accelerate decay, but to harmonize with the cosmos." The room fell silent, the enormity of what it implied sinking deep. This wasn't just an artifact of power, it was a relic of an age when the universe thrummed to a different tune. "And the solution?" Darmont asked, always the pragmatist. Lumina's light flickered, an echo of hesitation. "There is another beacon, uncorrupted at the edge of known space. It holds the pattern necessary to restore balance." The task was monumental, but my heart surged with determination. We had a course, a mission that transcended mere survival. As we prepared to leave, the Citadel's alarms blared, shattering the fragile hope we just cradled. The station shook, a deep tremor resonating through its core. "What's happening?" I shouted above the din, my hand instinctively reaching for my communicator. Nia's voice crackled in my ear. "Anomaly detected right outside the Citadel. It's like a bridge opening." Darmont's eyes met mine, a silent agreement passing between us. Our journey was far from over, and the universe had just unveiled another layer of its mystery. With a final nod to Lumina, we raced back to the Artemis's whisper, ready to confront whatever lay beyond the shroud of stars. The ship's engines roared to life, propelling us toward the unknown. Behind us, Talos Prime shimmered in the starlight, a beacon of hope and a reminder of the cosmic tapestry in which we were now irrevocably entwined. Part 3: The Threshold of the Lost Star. As the Artemis's whisper surged into the inky void, I felt a peculiar sensation, a tether, invisible yet palpable, pulling us toward destiny. With Talos Prime dwindling behind us, our focus sharpened on the coordinates shared by Lumina. The edge of known space was less of a destination and more of a concept, a place where maps ended and legends began. The crew worked in unison, each task an essential note in our ship's symphony. Jules tweaked the reactor output, his domain a chaotic orchestra of circuits and sparks. Nia hovered over the comms station, deciphering the cacophony of signals that bombarded us from the vastness. "Captain, we're approaching the anomaly," I announced, peering into the unyielding blackness. The navigation panel pulsed with life, yet the unknown lay just beyond its glow. "On screen," Darmont replied, his gaze unwavering as the display flickered to reveal the anomaly. It was breathtaking, a swirling mass of light and shadow, an interstellar whirlpool that seemed to drink in the surrounding starlight and exhale mystery. The ship quivered, a slight tremor passing through its frame. This was more than gravitational pull. It was as if the anomaly resonated on a frequency that spoke to our very atoms. "I've never seen anything like it," Jules murmured, eyes wide with awe. "Nor I admitted, the sight anchoring me to the moment, a hypnotic dance of cosmic forces. Nia's voice cut through our reverie. "I'm picking up a signal, sir. It's not from any known source." "Let's hear it," Darmont instructed. The bridge filled with a haunting melody, a symphony of notes that felt both ancient and newborn. It resonated through the ship, vibrating in our bones, whispering secrets long forgotten. It's a beacon, I realized, the truth crystallizing within me. A message from the past calling out from beyond time. The ship lurched, a shudder that snapped us back to reality. On the display, shapes began to emerge from the anomaly's heart, ships, or what was left of them, drifting like forgotten dreams. Among them, a single vessel stood out. There, I pointed, pulse quickening. That ship, it's intact. Jules squinted at the screen, his engineer's mind already dissecting possibilities. It looks like it's been here for centuries, but it's still operational. Darmont nodded, a grim smile edging his lips. Seems we've found our lost star. The boarding was methodical, the crew moving with the precision of a well-rehearsed play. The alien ship's hull was ancient, yet it bore a design language that spoke to aesthetics even we could appreciate. We stepped into its corridors, each step echoing like a heartbeat in the silence. The interior was a marvel, walls adorned with luminescent scripts and flowing patterns that shifted with our movements. It was as if the ship itself was alive, breathing in tune with the universe. These markings, Jules said, running a hand along the wall. They remind me of the Xylaran design, but older. Much older, I agreed, feeling a kinship with the forgotten architects. We moved deeper into the vessel, our path illuminated by the gentle glow of the scripts. Then we found it, the core chamber, a vast circular space dominated by a colossal sphere of energy pulsating gently in the center. This must be it, Nia whispered, awestruck, the beacon. But even as we marveled, a presence stirred. From the shadows emerged a form, humanoid yet distinctly otherworldly. Its eyes glowed with the same light as the scripts, its movements a dance of fluid grace. "Welcome, travelers," it spoke, its voice a silk caress in the air. "I am the guardian, custodian of the lost star." We froze, caught between wonder and trepidation. Darmont, ever the diplomat, stepped forward. "We seek the means to restore balance to our galaxy." The Guardian tilted its head, a gesture of understanding. The beacons were designed to harmonize, to guide the flow of stellar energy, yet their purpose was forgotten, twisted by time. The ship shuddered again, the anomaly outside exerting its unpredictable influence. We didn't have much time. "Can we reverse it?" I asked, my voice betraying the urgency that gripped us all. "Yes," the Guardian replied, its eyes meeting mine with a wisdom that transcended ages. "But it requires a sacrifice." A chill settled over us, the weight of the words descending like a curtain. In that moment, the choice was clear, an irreversible decision that demanded the ultimate price. With a nod, I stepped forward, feeling the burden settle upon my shoulders. My heart raced, a thousand thoughts and memories flashing before me, but the resolve in my core held steady. The Guardian extended a hand, its palm aglow with the promise of change. "Your courage will reignite the stars." The crew's voices faded into the background, a chorus of protests and farewells that echoed in my mind. As I reached out, the sphere pulsed, enveloping me in light. The universe unfolded before me, a tapestry of connections and possibilities, a web of existence that I was now a part of. As my consciousness expanded, the Artemis's whisper faded, drifting away on the currents of space. The stars around me shone with newfound brilliance, their harmonies restored, their dance renewed. I was no longer Navigator Anders, but a part of something greater, a whisper in the cosmos that would echo through time. And in that eternal moment, I knew that the journey had only just begun. Part 4. The Song of the Luminous Void. Light and darkness played a symphony before my eyes, a cascade of ethereal colors that enveloped me in their embrace. My senses unfurled, expanding into dimensions I'd never known existed. It was as if the universe itself had opened its arms, welcoming me into the fold of its cosmic dance. At first I thought I'd vanished, subsumed by the light. But then I realized I was everywhere and nowhere, a thread woven into the vast tapestry of existence. I saw the Artemis's whisper, a fragile silhouette against the backdrop of infinity, its engines thrumming with resolve as it drifted away from the anomaly. My heart ached with a longing that echoed through the void, a connection that transcended the physical realm. As my consciousness settled into this new state of being, the universe began to sing. It was a song of creation and decay, of beginnings and endings, a melody that resonated with the core of my being. It was the song of the luminous void, the harmony that bound every star, every atom, every thought. In that moment, I knew the universe was alive, vibrant with possibilities, and I was an integral part of it. I reached out with my mind, touching the stars, feeling their warmth and vitality, and they responded, their light pulsing in tune with my thoughts. "Navigator Anders," a voice called, familiar yet imbued with an otherworldly clarity. It was the guardian, its presence a beacon in the swirling chaos. "You have become the catalyst, the bridge between the worlds." "What does it mean?" I asked, my voice a ripple in the vast ocean of consciousness. "You are both guide and guardian now," the guardian replied, its form coalescing into a figure of light and shadow. A part of the cosmic symphony, charged with maintaining its harmony. I sensed the gravity of my new role, the immense responsibility it entailed. But I also felt a deep-seated peace, a certainty that this was my true calling. The guardian's form shifted, revealing glimpses of futures yet to unfold. The beacons were only the beginning. There are other threads, other forces at play, requiring your insight. I nodded, understanding coursing through me. This journey was far from over, and the universe held more mysteries than I'd ever imagined. The Artemis's whisper shimmered in the distance, a beacon of hope and camaraderie. Through the bond we shared, I felt the crew's determination, their unyielding spirit. They were more than friends, they were my family, and their journey was my own. As I reached out with my newfound awareness, I realized I could still communicate, my thoughts bridging the gap between worlds. "Captain Darmont," I projected, my mind brushing against his consciousness like a gentle breeze. "Anders," his voice echoed back, a mixture of relief and bewilderment. "Where are you?" "I am with you always," I assured, my presence a reassuring warmth. "But my path now spans the stars." "We've lost you to the light, haven't we?" Darmont's thoughts carried a hint of sadness, the weight of his words heavy with resignation. "Not lost," I countered gently. "Transformed. I am a part of all this, a keeper of the balance, but I will watch over you, guide you when needed." Jules and Nia's voices joined the connection, their emotions a tapestry of disbelief and acceptance. "We'll keep the ship flying true, Anders," Jules promised, determination coloring his intent. "Our bond is not broken," Nia added, her resolve like the steel of a warship. "We're in this together, no matter where you roam." As the Artemis's whisper vanished into the depths of space, the universe folded around me once more, each star a note in the eternal melody. I was a watcher, a guardian, and yet I was still me, Anders, at the helm of an unimaginable journey. The guardian's light merged with my own, a fusion of purpose and unity. "Come, let us explore the threads of destiny, unravel the mysteries that await." Together we ventured into the unknown, the universe unfurling like a symphony of light and wonder. I was Anders, the navigator, the cosmos my chart, and the luminous void my home. This was the beginning of a new harmony, and as I danced among the stars, I knew this was only the overture of something infinitely greater. Part 5. The Unseen Symphony. The universe shifted around me, a cosmic kaleidoscope of energy and intent. The stars themselves seemed to pulse in time with a rhythm I was only beginning to understand. I drifted through this luminous expanse, becoming acquainted with the intricate ebb and flow of the cosmos. Each celestial body carried a voice, a thread in a symphony that stretched across eternity. As I ventured deeper into this realm of light, I realized the enormity of my task. The balance of the cosmos was delicately poised on a knife's edge, influenced by forces both seen and unseen. I was to become a guardian and a guide, an agent of equilibrium amidst the swirling chaos. Navigator Anders, the guardian's presence swelled, an anchor in this ever-changing sea. There is a disturbance, a dissonance that threatens to unravel the harmony. I focused my awareness, allowing the guardian to guide me toward the source of the disruption. As we traveled, I felt the tug of something familiar, a thread that resonated with the unmistakable energy of the Artemis's whisper and her crew. The ship appeared before us, a resilient silhouette amidst the swirling nebulae. Its course was steady, but there was an undercurrent of urgency, a sense of unease that clung to their movements. Darmont was at the helm, his gaze fixed on the surrounding void. The tension in his posture was mirrored in the crew, their camaraderie tested by the unknown challenges they faced. I reached out, brushing against Darmont's consciousness. "What troubles you, my friends?" Darmont's response was immediate, a mixture of relief and focus. "Anders, we're closing in on a rogue planet. It's been pulled off course by some unknown force, orbiting closer to a cluster of black holes." Jules appeared on the bridge, his expression a mix of concern and fascination. "If it continues on this path, it could destabilize the entire region, maybe even trigger a chain reaction." Nia's voice interjected, her calm exterior belying the severity of their predicament. "Scanners picked up an unusual energy signature on the planet's surface. It could be another beacon, but we can't be sure." The Guardian's presence interwove with mine, a gentle reminder of my new role. "This is your charge," they intoned, "to decipher the symphony and restore its balance." "I will guide you," I assured the crew, my resolve merging with the fabric of the cosmos. "Together, we'll unravel this mystery." The ship's course adjusted, steering toward the rogue planet with precision and resolve. As we approached, the planet's surface emerged in granular detail, a world wrought with extremes, its atmosphere a canvas of swirling colors. Jules and Nia prepared the shuttle, their movements synchronized like a well-rehearsed dance. I extended my awareness, attuning myself to the world's rhythm, feeling its pulse beneath the strata of chaos. The shuttle descended, landing on a rocky outcrop that jutted into a sea of ethereal mists. Jules and Nia disembarked, the gravity of their mission reflected in their expressions. "Keep your eyes open," Jules murmured, his voice carrying the weight of unsaid possibilities. "This place doesn't play by the rules we're used to." Nia nodded, her gaze scanning the horizon. "We'll find the source of the signal, it's why we're here." The landscape was alive, shifting and undulating as if caught in an eternal dance. Every step felt like a step into the unknown, the ground pulsing with an energy that sang through their very beings. In the distance, a structure rose from the haze, an ancient temple, its form both alien and achingly familiar. Patterns of light flowed across its surface, a silent invitation to the explorers. As Jules and Nia approached, they found the source of the energy signature, another beacon, its design echoing the one we had encountered before. It thrummed with power, a conduit to the cosmic symphony, a key to the unfolding mystery. "This is it," Nia breathed, her voice mingling with the soft hum of the beacon. "This is what we've been searching for." A presence stirred within the temple, a force that resonated with the core of the world. It was ancient, vast, a guardian of secrets long buried. "Welcome," it intoned, its voice a harmonious blend of sound and thought. "You seek to restore the balance, to mend the fabric of time." Jules and Nia exchanged a glance, a silent agreement passing between them. "We need to understand," Jules said, his engineer's mind eager to decipher the enigma. The temple pulsed, a cascade of images and feelings filling their senses. They saw the planet's path, drawn toward the black holes, a collision course with disaster unless the beacon was realigned. With newfound determination, they worked together to adjust the beacon, guided by the wisdom of the unseen presence. As they tuned its frequency, the planet's course began to shift, realigning with the harmony of the cosmos. In the midst of our task, they felt my presence, a gentle reassurance that enveloped them in warmth and light. "You've done well," I murmured, my voice a breeze that stirred their spirits. "The balance is restored and the symphony continues." As the beacon's light enveloped the planet, the dissonance faded, the universe settling into a newfound equilibrium. The rogue planet resumed its ancient dance, its path once more aligned with the celestial harmony. With their mission complete, Jules and Nia returned to the Artemis's whisper, their hearts buoyed by the knowledge they had played a part in something greater. As the ship sailed through the stars, I watched over them, a silent guardian on the edge of perception. Together, we had touched the heart of the universe, and though our paths had diverged, the bond we shared remained as strong as ever. For in the vast expanse of creation, amidst the chaos and the order, we were all part of the same symphony, a constellation of stories woven into the fabric of eternity. Part 6. The Threshold of Echoing Whispers. Time cascaded forward, a relentless tide sweeping us toward uncharted horizons. As the Artemis's whisper glided through the starlit velvet of space, the crew settled into a rhythm, each day a testament to our resolve. We had tasted the universe's secret harmony and seen the balance it demanded. Yet, as ever, the cosmos held more mysteries in its folds. Darmont had requested my presence once more, his thoughts reaching out across the ether. His leadership was a beacon in the uncertainty, guiding his crew with a steady hand and an open heart. "Anders," he projected, his voice like a familiar melody weaving through my consciousness. "We're picking up a signal. It's weak, but intriguingly persistent." I tuned my awareness, focusing on the distant thread of transmission. It was indeed faint, a whisper lost in the cosmic choir. Yet its persistence was unmistakable, like a voice calling out from the shadows of forgotten realms. "Can you trace it, Nia?" I asked, feeling the bond between us, a connection that transcended the physical divide. Nia was already at her console, fingers a blur over controls. "Working on it. It's coming from the edge of the Helios rift." Jules appeared by her side, his curiosity a palpable energy. "The rift, didn't that sector go dark years ago? Something about energy surges and, what did they call them? Echo storms?" "Exactly," Nia replied, a note of caution threading her voice. "This could be risky, but it's the only lead we've got." Darmont leaned back in his chair, eyes fixed on the screen displaying the pulsating waveforms of the signal. "It's worth investigating. If someone needs help, or if there's something out there that can help us understand more about the beacons." I didn't need to hear the rest. His thoughts mirrored my own, a desire to unravel the next layer of the universe's enigma. "Proceed with caution, Captain. The rift holds its secrets close, but I'll be here." With course set, the Artemis's whisper dove into the unknown, engines humming a song of exploration and resilience. As they navigated the umbral corridors of the Helios Rift, the ship's sensors flickered, the echo storms creating a tapestry of electromagnetic interference. The atmosphere was taut with anticipation, each crewmate a note poised in a symphony of tension. As they advanced, the source of the signal revealed itself, a derelict vessel, adrift at the fringes of reality. The ship was a relic, its hull battered by time and cosmic winds. Yet it bore the unmistakable geometry of Xylaran craftsmanship, its design resonating with elegance and forgotten purpose. "This is unexpected," Jules mused, eyes alight with awe. "A Xylaran ship in the rift, what happened here?" Nia's voice carried a note of urgency. "Let's find out. The signal's originating from deep within, we need to board it." "Remember, the rift is unpredictable," Darmont cautioned. "Stay sharp." The boarding party assembled, determination etched into their features as they crossed the threshold into the ancient craft. The interior was a symphony of light, the walls adorned with flowing inscriptions, alive with an energy that whispered of stories untold. As they moved deeper, the ship seemed to awaken, the lights flickering to life in their wake. The signal grew stronger, pulling them toward its source with an insistent pull. In the heart of the vessel they found it, a Xylaran form, a being of light suspended in a crystalline chamber. Its glow was dim, yet it pulsed with the rhythm of life, a being caught between worlds. Jules approached cautiously, his hand reaching out to touch the chamber's surface. It's in stasis, but barely." Nia's gaze was fixed on the being, a mix of wonder and sympathy in her eyes. "It's been trying to reach out." As they pondered their next steps, the ship shuddered, the echo storms closing in with a vengeance. The vessel's systems flared, reacting to the intrusion of the storms, a dance of light and energy that threatened to consume them. "We need to get it back to the Whisper now," Nia shouted above the rising cacophony. Jules nodded, recalibrating his tools with swift efficiency. "If we can stabilize the chamber, we can bring it aboard." Working together, they navigated the storm of energy and light, their hearts racing in time with the vessel's pulse. With careful precision, they disengaged the chamber, carrying it back to the Artemis's Whisper. As they reboarded, the ship's engines roared to life, pulling them away from the tumultuous embrace of the rift. The Xylaran vessel receded into the distance, a ghostly silhouette fading against the backdrop of stars. Back on the Whisper, the chamber was placed in the med bay, the Xylaran's presence a beacon of curiosity and hope. As the crew gathered, I reached out with my awareness, brushing against the consciousness within. Its thoughts were a cascade of colors and emotions, a tapestry of experiences that rippled through my own. Slowly, it stirred, the light within its form intensifying as it emerged from stasis. "Thank you, travelers," it spoke, its voice a chorus of harmonies. "I am Kaelan, the storms, they trapped us here." Darmont stepped forward, his expression one of empathy and determination. "Your signal brought us to you, Kaelan. How can we help?" Kaelan's form flickered, a dance of gratitude and urgency. "The beacons, they are linked to the storms. They must be realigned or all will be lost." With renewed purpose, the crew of the Artemis's Whisper embraced the challenge, their shared resolve a beacon guiding them through the veils of uncertainty. Together, we charted a new course, a quest to restore harmony to the cosmos and unravel the mysteries that lay beyond the threshold of echoing whispers. Part 7. The Resonance Beyond Shadows. As the Artemis's Whisper charted a course through the storm-laden remnants of the Helios Rift, the air aboard was charged with possibilities and persistent echoes of change. We had voyaged into realms both physical and metaphysical, and now the cosmos beckoned us deeper into its boundless embrace. KLN, the Xylaran luminary we had rescued, acclimated to the ship's rhythm with a grace that belied the vastness of the void he'd traversed. His presence was a nexus of light and knowledge, a living testament to the history inscribed in the language of the stars. I maintained my connection from the vibrant fabric of the cosmic expanse, my awareness attuned to the whispers of the universe and the heartbeat of my crew. Kaelen, tell us about the beacons and how they tie to the storms, I urged, seeking clarity in the melodic cadence of his thoughts. Kaelen projected an image into our shared consciousness, a conceptual symphony of patterns and sequences. The beacons are more than mere artifacts, they are symphonic nodes within the cosmic lattice. Realigning them can dispel the discord of the storms and restore balance. Jules studied the projection, eyes dancing with the thrill of discovery. So, they act like tuning forks, resonating with the universe itself. Kaelan's form shimmered, a gesture of agreement. Precisely. When the resonance is disrupted, the harmony unravels, giving rise to the echo storms. Nia spoke, her voice a thread of resolve woven through our collective consciousness. Where do we start? How do we find the other beacons? The path to each is marked by a harmony of light, Kaelen replied, the glow of his form intertwining with our shared resolve. The next lies within the nebula of size, a place where stars are born and where echoes of forgotten realms reside. Darmont nodded, his demeanor a blend of determination and paternal warmth. We'll set course for the nebula. Anders, keep us aligned with the symphonies of light as we navigate. Of course, Captain, I agreed, feeling the familiar surge of camaraderie and purpose that tied us together. The nebula of size loomed ahead, a vast tapestry of gas and cosmic dust, an iridescent cradle of stars. As the whisper entered its embrace, the ship's sensors danced with the symphony of energy and potential that surrounded us. Jules monitored the readouts, his focus razor-sharp. This place is alive with possibilities. We need to find the beacon's signature amidst the cosmic noise. Kaelan joined him, his understanding of the symphonies lending insight that transcended our sensor technology. Together, they navigated the swirling chaos, isolating the unique resonance of the hidden beacon. As they worked, the ship seemed to harmonize with the nebula, its passage a graceful dance with the forces at play. The crew's synergy was palpable, each movement a note in a melody that wove through the fabric of space and time. The beacon came into view, a structure of light and shadow, its form an awe-inspiring testament to an age long past. Spirals of energy cascaded around it, a living symphony that shifted in accordance with the surrounding stars. Nia and Jules prepared to align the beacon, their actions a precise choreography of technology and intuition. As they adjusted its frequency, the nebula responded, its tumultuous energy coalescing into a harmonious dance. But just as they achieved alignment, the echoes of a forgotten era stirred, awakening something ancient and restless. Shadows emerged from the depths of the nebula, forms born of starlight and void, their presence a dissonant counterpoint to the beacon's melody. "Captain, we have company," Jules called, urgency threading his voice as he monitored the encroaching anomalies. Darmont's command was immediate, his resolve a steady force against the rising tide. "Defensive maneuvers. Anders, can you reach them?" I focused my awareness, extending a bridge of understanding to the shadowy beings. Their thoughts were an enigma, a chorus of longing and despair woven into the fabric of the nebula. "These echoes seek solace," Kaelan observed, his presence a steadying influence. They are remnants of forgotten stars craving the harmony they once knew. We must restore balance for them and for us, I urged, channeling my resolve through our shared connection. The crew worked in concert, tuning the beacon to resonate with the echo's distress, offering them a path to peace. As the beacon's light intensified, the shadows trembled, their discordant cries transforming into a melody of release. With the beacon in harmony, the echoes faded into the ether, their song a gentle whisper carried on the solar winds. The nebula settled into a new equilibrium, its energy a testament to the power of unity. As the Artemis's whisper emerged from the nebula of sighs, the crew's spirit soared on the tides of triumph and discovery. Together, we had embraced the unseen. Symphony and woven ourselves into its tapestry, our destinies intertwined with the harmony of the cosmos. As our journey continued, I knew more challenges awaited us on the horizon. But with each step, each melody, we would venture deeper into the heart of the universe, unraveling its secrets and restoring balance to the symphonic dance of creation. Part 8. The Convergence of Celestial Threads. The Artemis's whisper sailed onward, carried by currents of stardust and possibility. Our triumph within the nebula of sighs had ushered in a new era of understanding, yet the echoes of our journey thrummed with the promise and peril of what lay ahead. KLN had settled into life aboard the Whisper with a quiet grace, his presence a soothing balm against the backdrop of our cosmic odyssey. His insights into the symphonic intricacies of the universe had become indispensable, guiding us through the maze of wonders and dangers that stretched before us. Darmont stood at the helm, his gaze fixed on the void that stretched out like a vast, unbroken canvas. "We need to locate the next beacon," he announced, his voice a steady anchor in the sea of uncertainty. "KLN, can you feel its resonance?" KLN's form shimmered, an array of colors cascading through the light of his being. "There is a convergence of energies in the Ithra cluster. It calls to us, a tapestry of potential intertwined with the threads of time." Nia adjusted the ship's course, her fingers dancing over the controls with practiced precision. "Then that's where we head next. What do we know about this cluster?" Jules leaned back in his chair, the fire of curiosity lighting his eyes. The Ithra cluster is a nexus point where multiple star systems intersect. It's known for its gravitational anomalies and dense pockets of dark matter. "Then we navigate carefully," Darmont instructed, his demeanor a blend of caution and excitement. "This is uncharted territory, but it's the next step in our journey." As we approached the Ithra cluster, the ship's sensors flared to life, detecting the gravitational tides that ebbed and flowed between the stars. The cluster was a dance of light and shadow, a cosmic ballet where the forces of creation and destruction intermingled. The beacon's resonance was a subtle note, threading through the cosmic symphony like a whisper lost in the wind. With KLN's guidance, we wove through the gravitational tapestry, each course correction a step along the razor's edge. In the heart of the cluster, we found it, a celestial hub where the beacons had converged, their energies entwined in a web of luminous light. The sight was breathtaking, an array of intricate patterns that shimmered with the colors of creation. But as we moved closer, an unforeseen challenge presented itself. The cluster's gravitational anomalies began to shift, pulling the beacons out of alignment, threatening to unravel the harmony we sought to restore. "Steady on," Darmont called, his voice infused with the urgency of the moment. "We need to stabilize the beacons before the cluster destabilizes." Jules and Nia sprang into action, their efforts a masterclass in synchronization as they adjusted the ship's systems to counter the gravitational forces. Together, they forged a path through the chaos, bringing us within reach of the beacons. Kaelan's form glowed with a newfound intensity, a beacon of hope and knowledge. "We must synchronize their frequencies," he said, his voice a melody of calm amidst the storm. "Only then can we restore the balance." I reached out, my awareness touching each beacon, feeling their individual rhythms and unifying them into a cohesive whole. The ship thrummed with energy, a conduit for the symphony that spanned the void. As the beacons aligned, their resonance harmonized with the cluster, a cascade of light and sound that rippled through the cosmos. The gravitational anomalies subsided, the cluster settling into a newfound equilibrium. But as harmony returned to the Ithra cluster, a new presence emerged from the shadows, a vessel, ancient and enigmatic, its hull bathed in the light of the beacons. It was both familiar and alien, a ship that bore the unmistakable design of the ancient architects. The crew of the Artemis's whisper watched in awe as the vessel approached, its intentions shrouded in mystery. But deep within me, a recognition stirred, a memory of the symphony that had led me to become part of the cosmic dance. The vessel hailed us, its signal a harmonious blend of light and sound that resonated with the core of our being. "Travelers of the stars," it intoned, its voice a choir of harmonics. "We are the keepers of the celestial threads. You have restored balance, and for that we thank you." Darmont met the gaze of his crew, a shared understanding passing between them. "What is your purpose here?" he asked, his tone respectful yet probing. The keeper's response was a cascade of knowledge, an unfolding tapestry of fate and possibility. "We guide the flow of the cosmic symphony, ensuring that the threads of time and space remain in harmony." Kaelan's light brightened, his understanding deepening. "Then you know of the beacon's true purpose." "Indeed," the keepers replied, their presence a chorus of wisdom. "They are but a part of a grander design, a mechanism to maintain the balance of creation." As the vessel drifted alongside the Whisper, the crew felt the convergence of destinies, a connection that transcended the boundaries of existence. Together, we had woven a new chapter in the symphony of the stars, our journey an unwritten melody that awaited the touch of the universe's infinite possibilities. In the vastness of space, amidst the echoes of the cosmos, we embraced the unknown, our hearts attuned to the celestial threads that bound us to the dance of eternity. As the journey continued, our story unfolded, a constellation of hope and wonder amidst the endless night. Part 9. The Veil of Forgotten Eons. The Artemis's Whisper floated serenely beside the enigmatic vessel of the keepers, its hull aglow with the vibrant energy of the newly harmonized beacons. The vast expanse of the Ithra cluster encased us in its starlit embrace, a testament to the delicate balance we sought to uphold. Kaelan exchanged insights with the keepers, a silent dialogue of light that unfolded in the spaces between words. Their communion was a symphony of shared wisdom, illuminating paths yet undiscovered and mysteries yet unsolved. As the keepers departed, leaving behind a trail of luminescent possibilities, Darmont gathered us in the ship's observation chamber. The room was a cathedral of the cosmos, where the stars spun their tales across the endless canvas. "Each beacon aligns us with a greater truth," Darmont began, his voice a grounding presence amidst the celestial wonders. "But our journey isn't over. There's one more beacon, the oldest, the heart of the symphony." I felt a tug within the current of my ethereal consciousness, a persistent whisper beckoning me from the depths of time. "Where will we find it?" The keepers spoke of a place, the Veil of Forgotten Eons, Kaelan said, his form shimmering with the gravity of the revelation. beyond the reach of our maps where the temporal currents converge into a singularity. Jules leaned in, the fire of discovery sparking his imagination. A singularity? Are we talking about a black hole? Kaelan nodded, a ripple of understanding passing through his luminous form. It is unlike any other, a nexus where time and space fold into themselves. Then that's where we go, Nia declared, her resolve a steady flame. To the heart of the symphony and the truth of the universe. The journey to the Veil was fraught with challenges, the path obscured by the tendrils of temporal distortion that danced on the fringes of reality. The Whisper systems hummed with the effort of navigating the gravitational tides, each adjustment a testament to the crew's skill and perseverance. As we drew near, the singularity loomed before us, a sphere of darkness fringed with the iridescent glow of light trapped in the eddies of time. Around it, the remnants of ancient civilizations floated, their ships and artifacts caught in the gravity well of history. The ship's sensors flickered, the temporal waves creating a cacophony of readings that defied conventional logic. The crew worked in harmony, their movements a symphony of precision as they adjusted course. "We must be cautious," Darmont warned, his gaze unwavering. "This place is a graveyard for those who sought the secrets of the cosmos without understanding their cost." Jules adjusted the ship's stabilizers, his expression a blend of focus and awe. If the beacon is here, it's likely encoded with the history of those who came before us. We need to find it without becoming history ourselves. The ship edged closer, its presence a ripple in the timeless void. As we approached the singularity, the darkness parted like a veil, revealing the beacon, an ancient monolith of intricate design, its surface a tapestry of light that shifted with the currents of time. Nia and Jules prepared the equipment necessary for the beacon's alignment, their actions a dance of calculated risk. The singularity pulsed with an ancient rhythm, a resonance that matched the beating hearts of the stars. "Stay sharp," Nia instructed, her voice steady despite the gravity of their task. "We need to synchronize its frequencies without destabilizing the temporal field." I extended my awareness, reaching out to the monolith, feeling the echoes of forgotten eons woven into its structure. The beacon pulsed in response, a reluctant guardian of truths buried beneath the weight of ages. With Kaelan's guidance, we aligned the beacon, tuning its frequency to harmonize with the symphony of the universe. The singularity trembled, its darkness giving way to a cascade of light and sound, a release of energy that enveloped the cluster. In that moment, the veil of time parted, revealing glimpses of creation and destruction, of the birth of stars and the silence of their deaths. We were witnesses to the tapestry of existence, custodians of a legacy that spanned the cosmos. The ship trembled, the gravitational forces subsiding as the singularity settled into a new equilibrium. The beacon's light faded, its task complete, as the temporal veil closed once more. As the Artemis's whisper moved away from the singularity, the crew felt the quiet resilience of victory, tempered by the knowledge of the journey that lay ahead. Together, we had woven a new chapter into the cosmic symphony, our odyssey a testament to the power of unity and discovery. As we sailed into the starlit unknown, the universe lay before us, a guardian of secrets and a harbinger of wonder. Our story unfolded in the space between stars, a constellation of hope and possibility in the vast expanse of creation.